Kyle Busch's 2024 NASCAR Cup Series season has taken a dramatic turn for the worse, marking a significant departure from his usual dominance on the track. The two-time champion, known for his consistent performance and remarkable winning streak, finds himself in an unfamiliar position. Busch has failed to secure a victory in the current season, putting his impressive 19-year streak of winning at least one race per season in serious jeopardy. The struggle has been evident throughout the year, with Busch missing the playoffs for the first time in over a decade. This setback is particularly jarring for a driver of Busch's caliber, who has been a fixture in NASCAR's postseason battles. With only 6 races remaining in the 2024 season, the pressure is mounting for the driver of the number 8 car to maintain his historic streak and salvage what has been a disappointing year by his lofty standards. Denny Hamlin, Busch's former teammate and current NASCAR competitor, recently shared his thoughts on the situation. Speaking on his Actions Detrimental podcast, Hamlin expressed doubts about Busch's chances of keeping the winning streak alive. "I think that certainly what's most likely is the streak is over," Hamlin stated. However, he was quick to add, "But I wouldn't count them out because I just think that he's a capable enough driver." No one's questioning, does Kyle Busch still have it?
I think that certainly what's most likely is the streak is over, but I wouldn't count him out because I just think that he's a capable enough driver. I mean, we know that no one's questioning that does Kyle Busch still have it.
Hamlin's analysis points to issues with the number 8 car's performance and consistency rather than Busch's driving ability. He noted that while the team is making progress, it's not happening frequently enough to compete for wins consistently. They're gaining on the speed that they need to compete, but it's just not happening often enough, Hamlin explained.
I think he might question himself at times more than what we question him, but I just think that while they're gaining on the speed that they need.
The veteran driver also highlighted the lack of outright speed in Busch's car, making it difficult to contend for victories based on performance alone. Hamlin suggested that Busch's best chance of winning might come through strategic decisions during races. When we talked earlier in the season, I asked, "What makes you think he's going to win a race?" "There's nothing," Hamlin said bluntly. As far as winning on pure speed, leading 200-plus laps, no, I do not see that happening, but he could win through strategy like we saw this weekend where they're running pretty good and then all of a sudden the field splits and he's on the right strategy. While Busch's skill behind the wheel is unquestioned, NASCAR's chaotic race strategies and split-second decisions may be his only hope of keeping the streak alive. The recent race at Kansas Speedway exemplified Busch's struggles this season. While leading the race, Busch attempted to pass Chase Briscoe, who was trying to stay on the lead lap. The maneuver resulted in Busch spinning out and losing his position at the front of the pack. This incident at the Hollywood Casino 400 perfectly encapsulated the frustrations that have plagued Busch throughout the 2024 seasons. The Las Vegas native ended the Kansas race with a P19 finish after losing the lead with 32 laps to go. His number 8 Chevrolet Camaro got dirty air from Chase Briscoe's number 14 Ford, affecting the downforce needed to keep the car planted on the track. He got loose and spun down to the apron. Ross Chastain took the lead from Busch and eventually won the race. Kevin Harvick, a recently retired NASCAR driver and now a broadcaster, shared his perspective on the incident. Speaking on his Happy Hour podcast, Harvick suggested that Busch's impatience might be a contributing factor to his struggles. "I think he's in such a big hurry to try to make something happen. You can't make it happen," Harvick stated. He added, "I think he gets impatient in these situations because of the fact that he wants to make it happen so freaking bad." Harvick also pointed out that this isn't an isolated incident, noting similar situations throughout the season where Busch's determination to press the issue has led to trouble on the track. "We've seen it several times out of Kyle Busch in this particular situation, and I think he's so determined to press the issue that he's getting himself in trouble," Harvick concluded. Harvick's insights carry particular weight, given his own impressive NASCAR career. The driver-turned-broadcaster ended his 2-decade NASCAR Cup Series career with a championship title in 2014. He also secured 60 Cup victories, ranking 10th on the all-time wins list behind Kyle Busch's 63 wins. Dale Earnhardt Jr. offered a different perspective on the Kansas incident. On his Dale Jr. Download podcast, Earnhardt didn't place blame on Chase Briscoe for the incident that cost Busch the lead. I am not going to sit here and tell you that Chase Briscoe did something wrong because he didn't. He just ran the line. He said, Emma, run this line. It's your job to figure out how to get around it. Kyle got into the wall and wrecked out, Earnhardt explained. I hate it for Kyle, man. I have had my differences with the guy, and we have worked it out, he said. Earnhardt also emphasized the importance of Busch's success to NASCAR, stating, I think a successful Kyle Busch is good for NASCAR.
I hate it for Kyle, man, because I want to see. Listen, I've had my differences with the guy, but we've worked it out, and I think that a successful Kyle Busch is good for NASCAR.
This statement underscores the significant role Busch plays in the sport, not just as a competitor, but as a figure who drives fan engagement and interest in NASCAR. Kyle Petty, another former driver turned analyst, offered a slightly different take on the Kansas incident. In a race analysis for NASCAR, Petty suggested that Briscoe should have given Busch more room. He should have given him more room. I'm going to say that right off the bat. Chase Briscoe in that situation should have given Kyle Busch a little bit of respect and gave him a little bit more room, Petty stated. However, he also questioned whether Busch has fully adapted to the next-gen car. Kyle Busch has yet to come to terms with this car. He doesn't understand how the aero affects it, Petty observed. This observation contrasts with Busch's performance in 2023, where he won 3 races and finished 14th in the standings, suggesting that the 2024 car might present unique challenges for the veteran driver. Fan reactions to Busch's struggles have been mixed, reflecting the polarizing nature of his personality in the NASCAR community. On social media platform X, some fans expressed frustration, with one stating, "Go home, you whiner, you need to retire." Another fan wrote, "Kyle Busch, all hype, never converting good runs into wins." Others defended Busch, suggesting that if roles were reversed in the Kansas incident, Busch would have acted similarly to Briscoe. One fan commented, "At Kyle Busch and his few fans will cry about at Chase Briscoe _14, but he was doing what he should. Crybaby should have drove differently. If the roles were reversed, Crybaby would have done the same." Despite the challenges, Busch's season hasn't been without bright spots. He has secured 5 top 5 and 10 top 10 finishes so far this year, including 1 pole position at Dover Motor Speedway. His best performances came at the end of the regular season, with back-to-back second-place finishes at Daytona and Darlington. These statistics demonstrate that while Busch has struggled to secure a win, he has still shown flashes of his typical competitive form. The challenge for Busch and his team is to convert these strong performances into victories. Looking ahead, Busch's next opportunity to break his winless streak comes at Talladega Superspeedway in the Yellowwood 500. The unpredictable nature of superspeedway racing could provide Busch with the chance he needs to secure a victory. Talladega's reputation for producing surprise winners and chaotic finishes might play into Busch's favor, especially if his team can execute a smart race strategy. The significance of Busch's potential streak-ending season can't be overstated. With 63 Cup Series wins to his name, Busch ranks 9th on the all-time wins list. His consistency over the past 2 decades has been a hallmark of his career, making this season's struggles all the more noticeable. Busch's winning streak is not just a personal achievement, but a NASCAR record. Winning at least 1 race in 19 consecutive seasons is a feat that showcases both his skill as a driver and his ability to adapt to changing regulations, car designs, and competitive landscapes over nearly 2 decades. Richard Childress Racing, Busch's current team, faces the challenge of providing him with a competitive car for the remaining races. The number 8 team's efforts to improve car speed and consistency will be crucial in giving Busch the opportunity to maintain his streak. The team dynamics at Richard Childress Racing play a significant role in Busch's performance. The transition from Joe Gibbs Racing to RCR was expected to present some challenges, but the extent of the struggles has been surprising. The team's ability to adapt to Busch's driving style and provide him with a car that suits his aggressive approach will be key in the remaining races. Busch's importance to NASCAR cannot be overstated. His aggressive driving style, outspoken personality, and consistent success have made him a central figure in the sport for nearly 2 decades. His struggles this season have become a major storyline, demonstrating the impact he has on NASCAR's narrative even when he's not winning. As Denny Hamlin pointed out, while the odds might be against Busch at this point, it would be unwise to count him out entirely. His talent, experience, and sheer determination have led him to victory in challenging circumstances before, and they may well do so again. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe to NASCAR Insider and share your insights in the comments below.